Hey guys, Ken here from the JFSToysRobocop channel, Malaysia. There's been a ton of interesting new reveals coming out of New York Toy Fair 2025, and the one toy company that probably had the most number of surprise license announcements was Trick or Treat Studios. There were two of their new license announcements which really surprised me, and I'll be covering the first of them in today's video, Robocop. Now, Robocop as a character and franchise continues to provide inspiration to multiple different toy manufacturers across the years to keep on churning out product, even if the brand as a whole really hasn't seen that much breakout success since the 1987 original movie. And many will argue that something like about 12 years ago, NECA already gave us some of the best Robocop action figures to ever hit commercial retail. However, there's still room for other companies to take a crack at this cybernetic cop, including Trick or Treat Studios, and they're thankfully going back to the first movie as the source for this new line of action figures. Trick or Treat Studios already has an ongoing series of horror and fantasy film figures that are part of their Scream Greats line. Now, the Scream Greats are about 8 inches in height, and I've not come across any of them personally, as there's no distributor for the figures here in Malaysia unless you import them in yourself. Now, this Robocop figure is to be part of a new sub-series of action figures that they're developing called Action Heroes. That's right, okay, that name itself already brings to mind so many incredible possibilities. And guys, just sign me up right now for John McClane and Riggs and Murtaugh, okay? Just make it happen. Unfortunately though, the figures in this series will be 6.5 inches in height, probably to not compete with anything else that's in the market. And that also means that they're asking you to invest in a whole new universe of characters and action figure skills that most probably will not fit in with anything else in your collection. This Robocop figure is just a prototype at this point. It is painted though I wonder if the final finished product will have more of a metallic sheen to it, because the paint here, while it does look nice, it is also looking a little bit flat, I think. Or maybe that's just a particular tone that they want for this new series. And also, there's something here about the sculpt. I think it's great. Okay, it looks very good. And actually, something about it reminds me a lot of the Robocop cartoon series, okay, from the 80s. This looks like a more quirkier looking Robocop, right? In fact, I'm not really sure if the style of these figures is supposed to be entirely realistic, or is it leaning towards something a little bit more caricaturish? You know how some collectibles, the action figures look exactly like the source material, while some others, they take a little bit more of a stylistic tone to it. So I'm not really sure which one this is supposed to be, but it is a good looking figure, and the body type here that's being used is obviously fully articulated. Right, he's got all of the joints that you expect from a standard Robocop figure, just like the kind that we got from NECA and even McFarlane back in the day. They've also pumped him with a lot of accessories here. He gets his standard Auto 9 handgun and lots of hands. Okay, he's got open palm hands, he's got fist hands, he's got the grip hand to hold the gun, and then he's got the famous interchangeable spike hand, the one that he could also use to give somebody the finger. Now, I think that this whole set looks really great. If you've never owned a Robocop action figure for whatever reasons, right, and you just needed one in your collection, this one here actually looks like a pretty great introduction set. But what really surprised me here was in fact the appearance of Clarence Boddicker, okay, the baddest crime boss in all Detroit. And what's surprising to see him here depicted as an action figure is because prior to this, I've already covered that we've got JFS Toys, a new toy manufacturer that's working on a line for the villains of old Detroit, an officially licensed line that will be focusing on just the bad guys from the film, something that's been missing from Robocop merchandise for a very long time. And they've got a lot of great prototypes up on their website, including some that you could probably never imagine being made as a Robocop movie collectible. That's right. So anyway, I've done a video prior to this talking about JFS Toys and the villains of old Detroit. So it is surprising to me to see that, we've got Clarence Boddicker turning up as an action figure twice in a year now, right? 2 Clarence Boddicker figures being developed at the same time. What are the odds? Did the licenses and approvals for these characters only just become available? Anyway, the JFS Toys figures are 7 inches in height, so they are taller than what Trick or Treat Studios is doing for their Robocop Action Hero series. And this figure actually also has a pretty different sculpting style than what JFS Toys has shown us. Okay, like I said, this thing maybe looks a little bit more stylistic. Tell me in the comments what you guys think. Either way, I do feel that this is a pretty good representation of the character. And even though this is still an early unpainted prototype, you do see that there's going to be a lot of great details present. He's got the trench coat on, and also he's got this huge ass Cobra assault cannon. All right, this thing is just freaking massive, okay? Like it's supposed to be. But even as massive and intimidating as this weapon is, just remember, it still could not stop Robocop. But yes, this is a good looking figure, and you know what, it's always great to see that he does come on a fully articulated body. You see all of these ball joints present. I think that collectors are going to have a lot of fun posing this figure. I don't think they're going to be doing the rest of the villains from Robocop. Probably this set is going to be focusing on maybe just one villain and one hero from a particular movie. We'll just have to wait and see. But I will tell you that, you know, what really actually impressed me about this whole setup, okay, was the fact that these appear to be coming on card backs, okay. We see these mock-up images here of a Robocop card back, and this is an all-new style card back. Okay, we've got the Robocop face image at the side there of the card, and this huge OCP logo in the middle. It has been a long time since I've seen a Robocop action figure package on a standard card back. This thing just looks so retro. It's like the old Kenner and Toy Island figures from back in the day. Anyway, guys, I want to hear your thoughts about all of this in the comment section below. What do you think of Trick or Treat Studios' new Action Heroes Robocop line? What sort of other figures would you like to see being developed for their Action Heroes line? Sound off in the comments. I'm sure that the team from Trick or Treat Studios will be watching this video as well. Guys, as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch all of you again real soon with more content right here. Take care out there.